Oh, you're here, at this hour. I thought the algorithm buried me. My psychic powers tell me your phone battery is at 65%. If you're real, make some noise. Drop a comment to prove it. Please confirm I'm not totally irrelevant yet. Okay, enough pathetic pleading. To the woods. It's autumn in Siberia. Some green stuff is still alive. Meet Alexander. He just got fired. He's a little stressed. So, he's channeling that rage into construction therapy. Healthy. Zoning out. He stress walked to the middle of nowhere. Mountains, water. The real estate vibes are immaculate. He finds a hilltop. Sun. Check. Free firewood. Check. Waterfront property, basically. Yep, this'll do. He grabs his axe, makes some pointy sticks, and outlines his man cave on the ground. No time to waste. The rage digging commences. Now, for you rookies. The number one rule of shelter is insulation. Because, you know Siberia. Your fluffy blanket won't cut it. To survive, one must become a human gopher. A mere 2.5 hours later, Alexander had sketched out a big hole. To make his life easier, he built a base camp. This was going to be a whole thing. First, some chic stump furniture. Then, a trendy rock fire pit. The tent went up, creating a 5-star dirt resort. Time for dinner. He nuked some canned beef. A gourmet meal with cucumber. A smart man prepares. Since this was his new home, he went grocery shopping nature. He took his fishing rod to the river. Success. One very tiny fish. Then, he found some fancy mushrooms. This would be his survival grub. With the pantry stocked, it was back to the hole. As the hole got deeper, the ground got ridiculously hard. This was really starting to suck, so he quit and went home. He called for backup, his cousin, and returned with the big boy tools. With his cousin in tow, the project went into hyperdrive. In no time, they dug a hole deep enough to hide in. Next stop, the forest for some lumber. But being a friend to the trees, he only picked on the ones that were already down. Behold, a mighty log pile. He lashed some sticks together to make a deluxe log peeling station. The logs were heaved on top and promptly stripped naked. These nude logs were then given a nice char in the fire. The two had a system, working so hard, they completely lost track of time. Whoops, it's night now. So they just kept working, slathering the burnt logs with goo. For tomorrow's big adventure. The next day, back in the hole, they dug more holes. And then they planted the logs. A level made sure the posts were straight, and rocks were wedged in for support. Finally, they could start filling the hole back up. With the posts standing proud, the dynamic duo plopped more logs on top and marked where to cut. Then it was time for some axe. Beams on posts, check. Then came some ridiculously long spikes to hold with the basic skeleton complete, and a healthy dose of paranoia. He added another giant nail to each joint. You know, for stability. With this many logs, the big bad wolf can huff and puff all he wants. Next, back to hunting for more dead trees. Each one got peeled. Naked logs. It looks better. And helps the anti-rot goo stick. After watching the goo dry. It's wartime. First, a big plastic sheet. Then, he started playing real-life Lincoln logs. Log after log after log. Soon, poof, Alexander had walls. The side walls looked suspiciously long and prone to wobbling, so he added, you guessed it, more posts. This gives the wall and beam some much-needed backbone. Once the walls poked out of the ground, atop the middle posts, he added another horizontal brace to make the whole thing extra stable. Now that the walls are no longer ghosting the beam, the shelter is officially walled in. Asterisk, record scratch, asterisk. Siberia, here. It's winter now. The river is a solid block of nope. Back at Camp Frostbite, Alexander performs some fire magic and pours a cup of hot, liquid courage to remember what warmth feels like. Once his limbs stop being ice sculptures, it's back to the grind. His next brilliant idea: finish the roof like yesterday. Because on these winter nights, he's just a future popsicle. He gives the logs a radical haircut, placing them on the crossbeams. A few nails to suggest they stay put. Then he gets surgical with a chainsaw between them. Why? For a ridiculously snug, OCD-approved fit. When the two planks get cozy, not even the slightest breeze can get in. As the roof starts getting choppy, he develops trust issues with the main beam. So, before this whole thing goes kaboom, he adds an I told you so support post. With that bad boy in place, a tank could probably do donuts on the roof. And it would be totally fine. With the roof on, he grabbed Grandma's precious window. But first, a quick stop by the stream, which was now a solid block of ice. Light bulb moment. He decided to drill some holes, set a few traps, and see if dinner would kindly catch itself. Back at the Hobbit, he shoveled the roof again. Then, he carved a window-shaped hole and popped that family heirloom right in. Now, to finish the front wall. Walls complete. All that was left was not walking on dirt. He laid out the floor logs, measured them up, and gave them a nice charbroil. He laid the toasty planks down and used a level to check for wank. Time to nail them to the joists, creating a magnificent wood floor. Problem, even inside, it was still bone-chatteringly cold. But, good thing he brought the fireplace. He just needed to trace the metal plate, cut a matching hole in the roof, add some fireproofing, important, and pop that plate right in. Flues in. Now, for the fluffy insulation. Finally, we make fire. Wait, what about dinner? The fish trap. He trudges out to check on his bounty. The bounty, absolutely nothing. Unfazed, he reloads the bait. This time, it's personal. Fish. Fishless and defeated, he returns to his woodpile. At least, the fireplace is working. It's now merely freezing, instead of cryogenic. Too bad there's a giant hole where a door should be. Also, it's cold. And the ground is basically a rock. But Alexander has a big brain move. Step 1. Clear the snow. Step 2. Build a fire on the ground. To convince the earth to thaw. The earth was not convinced. Still, he dug out half an entrance. It's a skinny jeans only entrance now. Next up, Alexander installs some fancy mood lighting. An LED strip and a power bank. Voila, it's a home now. Now that he can actually see. He measures the giant door hole. Some planks become a doorframe, which he expertly wedges into place. A few more planks later, he has a door. The shelter is now a sealed box. The wind is no longer invited. Time for his nightly check-in at the river. The fish trap is, of course, empty. He mutters something in fluent Russian. I don't speak it, but I'm pretty sure he's insulting the fish. He seems to be taking this well. After one miserable winter, Alexander's shack is basically finished. Back in the forest, the world is finally thawing. Even the river is moving again. Time to furnish this place. First up, a luxury plank bed. He carves a few slots, inserts another plank, and voila, a dining table. More planks on the wall become shelves. His tools and bags are organized via nails. The rustic bachelor pad is complete. He grabs a quick dinner and passes out. To conquer the wild, one must first conquer the dust. First thing in the morning, Alexander tidies up his new pad. Time to check on the outside world. His yard was a certified disaster zone. He attacked the leaf apocalypse with a rake. Slightly less disastrous now. With his warm-up chores complete, it was time for the main event. He stapled a giant rain hat to the roof, then buried it in dirt, Hobbit style. Meanwhile, the front steps were finally excavated. To prevent a total dirt slide, he hammered in a couple of big sticks. Copying his patented stick wall technique, he wedged more wood between them. Right as he got in the zone, a delivery driver summoned him from civilization. He opened the box. His impulse, by inflatable kayak, had arrived. Obviously, all actual work stopped immediately. After strapping on the motor, he was off for a glorious joyride. With this noble vessel, his commute was about to get a major upgrade. Not only was it faster, it was a great place to completely fail at fishing. Was it because the river had no fish? Or did he just suck at it? Either way, he never caught a thing. So, defeated by the local fish population, he returned to his manual labor. The stairs weren't judging him. That's a problem for future me. Turns out, there was a design flaw. The floorboards were becoming a sponge. His diagnosis. It was getting a little steamy under there. Moisture was trapped with nowhere to go. The floor was literally sweating itself to death. Hence, the rot. So, he rage quit the entire floor. He installed some PVC pipes to give the floor some breathing room. Then he gave the planks a protective tan and put everything back. No more swamp floor. With that chore done, he skipped off into the forest. Time for some mushroom-based shenanigans. Nature's free samples. A quick PSA for you at home. Eating mystery mushrooms is a bad life choice. See these pretty red ones? Do not poop. Those are the game over mushrooms. So, Alex hunted for less lethal treasure. Sometimes he'd take the kayak out to bother fish. Just a guy, his boat, and a non-soggy floor.